We want to believe in her magic, and we want to believe in her ability, and we want to believe in her power. And so that moment when she takes flight, that solidifies it for us, both for the audience and for the characters on stage.
Flying, if done correctly, is not very dangerous. In fact, more people get hurt dancing than they do flying. Ultimately, though, there is a higher risk if it's not done correctly.
I'll be singing and flying and holding up an umbrella and opening it and carrying a carpet bag at the same time. And yeah, so it's going to be juggling a whole bunch of different things.
Doing it in rehearsal with and without like actually acting and singing will totally benefit me. Not a multitasker, but I will try in the next 2 weeks to make sure I am.
We're spending so much time on the safety, making sure everybody's comfortable. They'll get to run it as often as they need to, and then we maintain our standards of efficiency and our high standards of safety, and then we're able to maintain that consistency and beat that challenge.
Honestly, I don't have any concerns. I'm stoked to do it.
I feel a tug, okay, and then you can like...
First thing, we have to work with the artistic and creative staff to understand where we're going to fly and what we want to achieve out of the flight. The most important thing that the operator and the performer have to have is communication. They have to know exactly what's going to happen. They really, have to breathe together. They have to look at each other as one performer.
It's a combination of just very simple things, but it can get to be strenuous. But what kind of technique we're using when we're letting out the rope, you can go underhand, or you can burn the rope, which is just kind of let it go and let it burn through your hands. And it's called burn because it's really, really hot. I like having the responsibility. I've never been more nervous in my life, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
At first, I had all this energy and adrenaline. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go up in the air and fly. And then when they lifted me up, it was so gentle that it was like, am I still on the ground?
And my first thought was my feet aren't touching the ground. Oh no, what's happening? I'm afraid of heights, so I just kind of zoned that out. I was actually really surprised how the harness didn't like grab into my body. It didn't yank me or leave any type of bruising so far.
Mary Poppins is kind of magical in the sense of what she does. She's a magical creature, and there's a set of illusions that really go along with the power that she controls. And so flight really sets up her power from the beginning. She flies in.
It's an effect that never gets old. Anything that we can recreate in a live theater setting that is not doable in reality is always going to pack the punch that you want it to.
When you're able to go up and the kids don't see the wire and they're like, wow, how'd that happen? That's exciting to me.
It makes it real. It makes it real, and I think it'll make it not only real for the audience themselves, but for the actors. That here is this person who is just disappearing into the sky. Not just walking off stage or going through a trap door, but actually disappearing into the skies, and the magic goes with her as she goes.